Hey guys, it's me again, and today I would like to talk about the OnePlus Open. Now I'm going to sprinkle in, a little bit of Pixel Fold in there. That's currently what I'm using to record this video. Fantastic product, I can't recommend it enough. And hell, maybe even a little bit of Z Flip 5 in there too. But the main thing I am going to be focusing on is this OnePlus Open, and some of the things I do like about it, some things I wish that they could have done better, and whether it's worth paying that hefty $1,500 for something like this. Now, the one thing I absolutely adore about this device, and it's a really important thing too, is just how it's built, the design. Is this thing built out of like cheap plastics, or did they actually take their time when designing something this good? And I think they really took their time with it, despite, not being a big fan of this big ass camera bump, it's just, it takes up a lot of space for no reason, I think. Why is this little Hasselblad logo in there? I mean, it doesn't need to be. They could have done something a little bit better, made the circle a little bit smaller. I don't know. I feel like it's a little bit of wasted space right there, but it's whatever. I'm not on the design team. I'm just the consumer here. But despite that, they did a fantastic job with this device. I love how it has more of a boxier shape to it. I love the aluminum they used. I love how it looks with the light reflecting off of it. I mean, yeah, okay, get some fingerprints and everything, but this thing just screams high quality, and I love that about this device. Honestly, it's kind of hard not to just want to look at it and admire. It's kind of mesmerizing if you know what I'm talking about. It's just a really good looking device. And when you close it, it shuts completely closed, at least from what I can tell. Another thing that I like about it, and it falls into the whole quality thing, is just when you open it, again, feels like a high quality device, doesn't feel cheap whatsoever. And then when you close it too, you just kind of, it's real satisfying. Again, it's just, I can't get over the build quality, and just everything about this phone, just most things about this phone is just amazing. Another thing that I love about this product is just the specifications that they chose to throw in here. They put 16 gigabytes of RAM in here. Do I need 16 gigs in a phone? No, I don't, but do I want it? Yeah, I mean, why not? Let's go crazy. Let's throw 32 gigs RAM in there, But all jokes aside, I don't need it, but I have it. This is just, again, a very high quality product. You have that 512 gigabytes of storage. Now, I wish that they did have some more options, maybe a 1 terabyte model or something for those people who want a little bit more out of it. But 512 gigs for most people is absolutely going to last. It's a really good amount of storage to have. But I like having the specifications to back this up because, let's say I'm in tablet mode and I'm playing balloons, this thing is going to be able to handle just about anything I throw at it. With this device, I'm able to get up to about around 180 before this starts to stutter, which is pretty high up there. There's a lot of things going on on the screen and everything like that. It becomes very demanding. Whereas with my Pixel Fold, even though I do love the device, I really like the device. I love the outer display. Anyways, even though I do love that device, I can only get to about around 120, maybe 130, with a friend, and it really starts to lag, and it's kind of disappointing because it's like I want to use this outer display, so it's great for this type of game. It's a tower defense game, and after a certain point, I can't use it like I want to because it starts to lag. Even on the little screen too, it starts to lag, and that's mainly because the Tensor G2 just it's not powerful enough to keep up with it, which I'm not saying it's not powerful, it definitely is, but you can definitely feel it that it's not nearly as powerful as something like this. And then a few other little things I like about it. The cameras are amazing for a folding phone. This is by far the best type of camera to have. You can even say you can compare it. I don't want to. Let me say it like this: you can just about compare it to the S24 Ultra, and that phone takes phenomenal photos. For me to say something like that about a camera like this, it's a very awesome camera to have in a folding phone, and you will not be disappointed with the camera this phone offers. I like the speakers in here. Speakers sound great. I also like how this phone has dual physical SIM support. You don't see that really at all here in America, which is just real upsetting. But you can see, I don't know if you guys can see that too well, but you can fit two SIM cards in here, which is just very awesome. It makes the phone more convenient. You know, unlike Apple, where I can say that they hate their customers honestly, because they take out the SIM card slot in their phone, and then expect you to buy it because they want to make it harder for you to switch out of their ecosystem, which is a smart uh, move for the company to do, kind of. But I I don't want to get too into it. It's just really stupid if you ask me, because as somebody who loves technology, you know, I love phones, I love computers and stuff. I want to be able to swap between phones. With their phone, I can't. You know, whereas with this phone, I can. If anything, I can have two SIM cards in here if I'm ever traveling outside the United States. It just makes it just such a dream to use. And I guess the last thing I got good thing I gotta say about this is the remote functionality. You can use this as like a TV remote because it has an IR sensor, or whatever it's, yeah, an IR sensor in here, so you can use this to turn down the volume. You can use it to turn the TV on. It's very cool, and I wish more companies would include this in their products. And it's just I think they sprinkled in a lot of little cool features with this phone that makes it even more of an awesome product to use. Now let's get on to the things I'm not a big fan of, and the biggest thing to me is wireless charging. As somebody who uses that function quite a bit, it I don't want to say it was devastating for me to go without it, but it makes it quite upsetting to have a product that costs about $1,700 in my MSRP, and it doesn't even have a very uh, basic thing in it, you know, like the Galaxy Z Flip 5. Hell, even some of the cheaper phones out there have the wireless charging built in. Even my Pixel Fold has wireless charging built in. So why they couldn't put it in this product is beyond me. If they had to make it a little bit thicker, so be it. I would be okay with that. But they took it out, and they gave you super fast charging. I think it's up to like 67 or 65 watts, which is awesome. You know, I can't complain about that, but I would have rather had a slower 30-watt, no, charging through the cord and wireless charging built into it than just have super fast charging into it, because when I charge my phone, this thing lasts me all day and even 2 days sometimes. I like to put this on my wireless charging pad when I'm going to bed and let it charge during the night while I'm charging and getting sleep, you know? It's just, it's a convenience that they took away, and I wish they would have put it in here. Hopefully, with their next product, they do that. Another thing, now I've already kind of spoke about this earlier, so I'll make it super quick. Again, not a big fan of how this big ass circle is only housing 3 cameras, and then the logo for Hasselbrand. You know, they could have definitely made this a little bit smaller, and if anything, maybe use that extra space to put in a bigger battery, or maybe wireless charging. You know, just they could have done a little bit better with the design of the camera, if you ask me. Another thing that I'm not a fan of is just how insanely hard it is to find just a good case. I'm not saying it has to be great, you know, but even OtterBox doesn't make a case for this product. D-Brand doesn't make a skin for this product. It's a shame that a product this good doesn't have as much support from other companies as it should. You know, the Pixel Fold is the first of its kind from from Google, and it has way more options than this does. It's really just a shame, because I had to go out of my way to find this case for it. And this isn't, I'm not going to say it's a great case, but it's a really good case. You know, it has a little hinge protection thing. The hinge protector doesn't take up a lot of space like it does in my Pixel Fold. This snaps on to the front and it stays on there. It doesn't slide around too much. You know, so it's a good case, but it feels a little cheap. And I wish that, again, there was just more options out there, because I really had to go through some hoops to order something like this, well, to find something like this. Ordering it wasn't too bad, but finding something like this was just kind of hard and out of the way. I couldn't just go to a store and buy a case like I could for my Pixel Fold. Now, granted, going to a store and buying a case for the Pixel Fold is still kind of hard, you know, but much easier than this. I've seen cases sold for the Pixel Fold in stores. I haven't seen any cases sold for this phone. So again, it's just a shame, because this phone is amazing and in some ways better than, you know, the Pixel Fold. Another thing I'm not a big fan of is Okay, so you can have it open like this, watch YouTube videos and everything, but it doesn't give you as many angles to prop it up like it does with the Pixel Fold. Now, it does work, in tripod mode and everything, fine for the most part, but you get a little bit more, how should I say it? With the Pixel Fold, you have more options to like adjust it to how you want it. Whereas with this, it tends to want to snap open, which is great. I mean, it is great in its own way. But when trying to watch a YouTube video, let's say in bed and everything like that, I like to have my phone propped up and have a YouTube video playing. But with this, it works fine. But when I'm like, let's say I'm up and everything, and I'm getting breakfast, and I like to have my phone up on the countertop, I like to have it kind of far back, and the screen just wants to open up. So that's kind of a downside about this product. But let me put it this way though, it's not terrible. It's just a minor gripe. And I think the very last thing I'm not a big fan of is just customer support. Customer support from OnePlus, unfortunately, isn't as good as it should be. If you look online, you'll see that a lot of people are complaining about customer support, that they're not going through with it. And it's a shame because I want to be able to buy the protection care plan or whatever through the manufacturer themselves, like I like to do with Pixel or Google, Samsung, and everything like that. You can't you can't do that with this because customer support is just, from what I've read, garbage. And you just got to go through someone like Best Buy, and let me tell you that they did come through. They did come in clutch for me because when I had this when I was deployed, and the inner screen, it broke just from using it. It was, I think it was like a defect or something. Um, I had Best Buy Care Plus or whatever they want to call it. It was like $13 a month, and it even protects you against like theft or whatever. I was able to, once I got back into the States, I was able to take this phone to Best Buy, tell them what happened and everything, and they just gave me a certificate or gift card, or whatever, of the same value of this phone, which was 1,500 bucks. And I just bought another one, so I was able to buy this for, it's effectively free. I mean, you're paying for it, but for just an amazing deal. And I can't say enough good things about Best Buy's Toll Tech Care Plus plan or whatever. If you're thinking about getting this phone or any folding phone, I'd highly recommend going through their protection care plan options, just because they really did come through for me. And I wasn't really uh, I didn't think that they would because of how expensive this device was, but they did. And so, again, if you do get any type of folding phone, whether it's a Z Flip, the Pixel Fold, this, or even just a regular phone, and you want to get protection care, make sure you get Best Buys because they are the way to go. Well, that's the end of the video. I hope you guys and girls liked it. And if anybody has this phone or any folding phone, even something I've never heard of before, please let me know how your experience is down below. I love technology and I would love to talk about it with everybody, see what people think about it. What do you guys like about it? What don't you guys like about it? And yeah, let's just have a conversation down in the comments below. I love technology just because it's really cool. It makes life a little bit more exciting, and it's I can't say it enough. It's just really cool, just to have the power of a supercomputer in my hand. It's just mind-boggling. I can't get over it. But anyways, if you guys have any questions or comments you just want to leave them down below. And yeah, we will definitely continue this. Hope you guys have a good day.